Let's go ahead and react to the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes teaser trailer. It's not a full trailer, it's a teaser trailer, chat. Now, I am a big fan of the new Apes trilogy, chat. Loved Rise, Dawn, War. You know, Dawn was my favorite. But I still really enjoyed the other two, chat. I think it's, I don't think it's unreasonable to say. I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that it's probably one of the best modern trilogies of all time, if not one of the best just overall film trilogies of all time. Chat, it's really, really good. It's up there for me with, other great trilogies, certainly like Lord of the Rings or Toy Story. So I love it. And, of course, Disney has acquired this property when they acquired 20th Century Fox, obviously. And they had said they were going to make another movie and they were going to continue on the series, which is, it's both, because that trilogy was so good, and I liked how it ended, and you can almost feel like it led into, like, those original, movies, like the original 60s Planet of the Apes films, which are also good. At least the first one is quite good. But, they want to obviously, do this and continue the story in this other way, and I'm of two minds. Like, when I'm excited, at the same time I'm concerned, because, Disney, they haven't really proven that they're great at when it comes to, at least recently, adapting more mature stuff. They seem to just want to sanitize it so much, and I'm a little scared about that. So, but hey, I have not seen this trailer. Maybe some of my concerns could at least be alleviated with this little teaser, get a sense of what they're going for. So let's go take a look at the trailer, chat. I'll come back with my thoughts, come back with your thoughts, have a nice conversation.
When I sleep, I see strange things.
Memories?
Not memories.
Oh, it's the skyscrapers covered in the vegetation. That's cool. You thought they were like hills or something, but it's like the buildings. That's neat. Oh, that's great.
I see everything.
That's a good lead-in to have them, like, man, like, what is this? And it's like, oh, it's another ape movie.
That is not everything.
Oh, he's more articulate. Is this Dr. Zaius? He's super articulate now. The humans are more savage, Neolithic. Ooh! Glowy pokey stick! Oh! It's like a taser stick! Telescope. Oh, yeah, I seen it, yeah. There's the space.
What a wonderful day!
Witness me! There you go. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I mean, only in theaters Memorial Day. Okay, so it's a little far off, but I mean, visually, this looks great. I mean, it feels like a natural continuation from the trilogy. Now, I actually don't know. I don't know if they've put out any additional details. Is this happening like a few years after the events of those films, or is this like far into the future? Is this like far into the future where, like, much like the original Planet of the Apes movies from the 60s? Like, I'm actually kind of curious about that specific detail. But especially because, the vegetation is just kind of taking over these skyscrapers, and it feels like for something like that to happen, it would be decades, if not hundreds of years, or something like that. At least that's what I would gather. Right, no plan expert. But visually, this looks amazing. It definitely has the same just sci-fi splendor that the last ones did. I like that, much like, certainly when it came to the last two. I mean, it was also the case, like, I would say Caesar was a co-lead along with James Franco's character. But by the time we got to Dawn, it was the Apes story. It was all about them. And I thought that was great. I thought that was so refreshing. And that seems to be the case here again. Like, they are the leads of this movie. I did notice, though, they're far more articulate. They are speaking more. Obviously, in the original films, like, of course, yes, the apes were speaking, but it wasn't like all the time. Like, they actually communicate a lot of the sign language. I thought was great. That's what I think is brilliant about Dawn. Like the first like 10 or 15 minutes of that movie, there's like no dialogue spoken. It's just all sign language, which is amazing to me that they were able to do something like that, which, again, makes most of those films so special in my opinion. So yeah, they probably, they're more articulate, so this is many generations later. So, their speech has obviously clearly evolved. Now it looks like they're enslaving humans. I mean, it looks like that we have like different divisions within ape society. Like there's different, which makes sense, because you have all these different like apes around the world and everything, all these different places, and they all kind of develop their own sense of culture, right? And so that's cool. Maybe have like some of these ape communities that don't like each other. So just like humans, right? They're gonna follow the same path that we did. So that is also really cool. But yeah, I mean, again, this is just more of a. This is not really a story trailer. This is more of like, hey, this is what this world's going to look like. And it looks like it feels, in terms aesthetically, it feels like a natural continuation from those Fox films, which were great. So good first impression. I guess it was said earlier that it was kind of like uncanny valley in terms of how they were speaking. I mean, that didn't bother me because it kind of makes sense that they would be speaking more, wouldn't it? If it's generations later, they would become more articulate. So I mean, it's going to be weird because it's like, yeah, it's an ape, it's a chimpanzee, it's a gorilla talking. It's always like, yeah, it's a little odd, So honestly, that doesn't bother me. If anything, that makes sense to me personally. But yeah, it's a solid trailer. I mean, we'll see. We'll see later on if they are able to capture the same magic they did with those original 3 films. And I imagine some people from those original movies are involved creatively to whatever degree, writers, producers, what have you. I'm hoping. At least I'm very least I'm hoping. But yeah, this is a great first trailer. But what about you guys? What do you think of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Let me know. I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and I want to take the time to tell you about my Patreon, Class in the Glass, which offers hundreds of film commentaries and video reactions to numerous movies, TV shows, and cartoons. If you're a fan of shows like Batman the Animated Series and Avatar: The Last Airbender, or films like Aliens and Raiders of the Lost Ark, my Patreon is the platform for you. Currently, I'm doing a subathon to reach 75 subs on the platform. If we hit 75 subs, we'll be able to start voting on the next edited YouTube reaction, which will include actual clips and scenes from the movies and shows I comment over. Choose from such films as Fire and Ice, Masters of the Universe, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, or Spawn. Subscribing at any tier level is appreciated, and feel free to give feedback at any time. Thank you again for watching the video, and see you next time.